August 2006. Paris. In the wealthy 16th arrondissement near the Seine River, the body of a young woman was discovered. French police concluded it was suicide. Sleeping pill overdose. A note was left behind. But when her identity was revealed, media around the world took notice. Her name was Jang Keum-song. She was the niece of North Korea's supreme leader Kim Jong-il and the only daughter of Jang Sung-taek, then the second most powerful man in North Korea. Why did a young woman born into North Korea's highest ruling family, who studied in Europe and tasted freedom, take her own life? Today, we explore the life of Jang Keum-song to understand the oppressive system, where even the most privileged cannot escape. Jang Keum-song was born in Pyongyang 1976. Even her exact birth year was never disclosed. Her mother was Kim Kyung-wei, Kim Il-sung's youngest daughter and Kim Jong-il's sister. Her father was Jang Sung-taek, Kim Jong-il's closest ally, who rose to become North Korea's number 2 in power. From birth, Jang Keum-song was part of the Paik-2 bloodline. In North Korea, this term refers to Kim Il-sung's direct family and their descendants. They enjoy privileges: the best housing, food, education, and freedom to travel abroad. But these privileges come at a price. Absolute loyalty, absolute obedience, and no personal will or choice. In the late 1980s, she went abroad. North Korea sent children of the Kim family to study in Europe with a clear purpose: learn about Western advancement, but never lose loyalty to the regime. Jang Keum-song lived in Switzerland or Sweden. From her early teens, under strict surveillance by North Korean embassy staff. Her schoolmates later testified, Keum-song was always quiet. She was cautious about making friends. But her musical talent was truly outstanding. She learned piano and violin. Through European music education, she discovered the language of freedom through art, for the first time. But when school ended, she always had to board the North Korean embassy vehicle. Freely hanging out with friends or walking alone was not permitted. In the late 1990s, Jang Keum-song moved to Paris in her early 20s. Officially a Kim Il-sung University exchange student, she never attended classes on the Pyongyang campus. She lived in a luxury apartment in Paris's 16th arrondissement, near the Eiffel Tower. The North Korean regime provided her with the highest standard of living. But in return, her daily life was thoroughly monitored. The apartment housed a driver, housekeeper, and bodyguards dispatched from the North Korean embassy. Their true identity was surveillance agents. In Paris, Jang Keum-song gradually began to change. Evading her watchers, she started meeting French friends. She walked through the Louvre Museum, sat in cafes, drinking espresso, and strolled along the Seine. Above all, she listened to music at the Paris Opera. One witness testified, in the early 2000s, I saw an Asian woman crying at a concert hall in Paris. I later learned it was Jang Keum-song. Why was she crying? Perhaps from sorrow over the freedom she could never have. In 2005, change came to her life. She met a man. Various accounts describe him as a Paris conservatory student or a pianist. What is certain is that he was French and fell in love with Jang Keum-song. It must have been a chance encounter. They talked, discovered common interests, and gradually grew closer. For Jang Keum-song, This was the first time someone treated her not as Kim Il-sung's granddaughter, but simply as Keum-song, a person. The surveillance agents immediately noticed this relationship and reported it to Pyongyang. At first, it might not have been seen as a major problem, but as the relationship deepened, problems began. They met frequently. They walked along the Seine, climbed Montmartre Hill, and had dinner at small restaurants. One witness testified, "In summer 2005, I saw a happy-looking Asian couple at a jazz club in Paris. The woman was smiling so brightly. When I later learned that woman was Jang Keum-song, I was shocked." In fall 2005, the situation changed rapidly. Jang Keum-song either received a marriage proposal desire to marry. She had to inform her parents. She called Pyongyang to her mother Kim Kyung-wei. According to defector testimony, Kim Kyung-wei initially couldn't believe it, and immediately asked, "What is his songbun? What is his family background?" In North Korea, songbun means class, background, 3 generations of ancestors' history. Jang Keum-song's lover was French. Songbun didn't exist for him. He was outside the North Korean system. For Kim Kyung-wei, this was unacceptable. Kim Il-sung's direct granddaughter marrying an unknown foreigner? Kim Kyung-wei firmly opposed it. Jang Sung-taek immediately ordered the North Korean embassy in Paris, "Isolate Keum-song immediately. Don't let her meet that man." Then he flew to Paris himself and reportedly shouted at his daughter, "You are Pike 2 bloodline. If you marry a French nobody, the Kim family will become a laughingstock." In late 2005, Jang Keum-song's life changed dramatically. Her outings were restricted. Her mobile phone was confiscated. Surveillance agents had to accompany her everywhere. She was effectively under house arrest. Contact with her lover was completely cut off. He called but the number had changed. He went to her apartment but the door wouldn't open. According to French police records, he considered filing a missing person report but ultimately didn't. The North Korean embassy likely warned him. Jang Keum-song was left alone, separated from her loved one, her dreams shattered, freedom taken away once again. She had 2 choices: return to Pyongyang and live in submission to the regime, or attempt to defect. But both were impossible. Return to Pyongyang? For her that was as good as death. Attempt defection? She was Pike 2 bloodline. If she defected, her entire family would be purged. She was trapped physically, mentally, and emotionally. August 14, 2006. It was summer in Paris. Jang Keum-song was alone in her apartment. What did she do that night? The French police report records briefly, "Suicide by sleeping pill overdose. Note found." Perhaps she stared out the window for a long time. That window with a view of the Eiffel Tower. The Paris night view would have been beautiful. A free city, but freedom she could never reach. Perhaps she thought of her lover. The Seine riverbanks they walked together. Montmartre Hill they climbed together. The music they listened to together. French police found a note but its contents were never disclosed. The North Korean embassy immediately confiscated it. What was written? Resentment? Love? Regret? Or a declaration of liberation? We don't know. Sleeping pills. She probably prepared a large quantity. Slowly, One by one. She swallowed them. What were her last thoughts? Was it now, I'm free? Was it I'm sorry? Was it I love you? We don't know. August 16th. 2 days later. The apartment manager sensed something wrong and opened the door. Jang Keum-song was lying on the bed. She had been dead for some time. French police arrived. No external injuries. No signs of foul play. Concluded as suicide. But North Korean embassy staff arrived immediately and pressured French police. This is a diplomatic matter. We will handle it. The French government accepted North Korea's demands. Autopsy was minimal. The body was immediately repatriated to North Korea. When the body arrived in Pyongyang, Kim Jong-il reportedly went to the airport. According to defector testimony, she opened the coffin and wailed, "I killed you." Jang Sung-taek said nothing. He just knelt before his daughter's coffin and didn't move for a long time. The funeral was held privately. North Korean citizens didn't know about Jang Keum-song's death. It wasn't reported in the media. She was quietly buried without anyone knowing, as if she had never existed. Jang Keum-song's death destroyed the family. Kim Jong-il fell into alcohol dependency. According to North Korean sources, she suffered severe depression after her daughter's death and drank almost daily. As of the 2020s, even her survival is uncertain. Jang Sung-taek maintained composure outwardly. But in December 2013, he was purged by Kim Jong-un. He was dragged out in a public trial and executed by machine gun. A high-ranking defector said, just before execution, Jang Sung-taek reportedly muttered, "Keum-song, I'm sorry." Jang Keum-song's story has ended. But the questions this story raises have not ended. If even the daughter of North Korea's highest elite wasn't free, what about ordinary North Korean citizens? Jang Keum-song was privileged. She could go abroad, lived in a luxury apartment, and received the best education. But even she couldn't choose her own love. Then what about ordinary North Koreans? They can't choose their jobs, where to live, or even marriage partners. Everything is determined by Songbun. North Korea is a country where all 25 million people are in a prison. Jang Keum-song was just trapped in the most luxurious prison among them. We remember this story because countless people are still suffering in North Korea today. People who must give up their dreams, their love, their freedom. 25 million North Korean citizens. Jang Keum-song's story is the story of all of them. Even at this moment, somewhere in North Korea, someone is despairing like Jang Keum-song. What can we do? Pay attention to North Korean human rights issues. Listen to testimonies from defectors. And keep telling this story. Silence is complicity. That apartment in Paris's 16th arrondissement is still there today. The window with the Eiffel Tower view remains. Jang Keum-song, born in Pyongyang, died in Paris in August 2006. A woman who dreamed of freedom but could never have it. That we must not turn away from the truth. Thank you for watching.